Sabrina Claudio has one of the most captivating voices in R&B. Her diverse sound is created by her obsession with jazz and her half Puerto Rican and Cuban heritage. The moment you press play on any of her albums, you are welcomed by a tremendous range of vocals, never before presented in such an elegant way. This is her story. Born and raised in Miami, Florida, Sabrina Claudio was exposed to a multitude of genres from her family, and fell in love with R&B music her father played around her at a young age. Some of her early music inspirations were Alicia Keys, Usher, Beyonce, and Mariah Carey. When she turned 14 years old, Sabrina began creating music covers on YouTube, growing a significant following that would help get her discovered later on. Her first channel was called Urban Pouvoir, which is French for power, and has nearly 3 million total views, with her cover of Beyonce's song Halo being her most watched video.
Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking, it's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can see your halo. Pray you won't fade away. Halo, 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 halo.
After a few years of posting on that channel, she announced that her content was moving to a new channel called Sabrina Claudio Music, which is the page she still uses today. My favorite thing about watching the majority of her videos was the fact that I got to see the humbling beginnings of her future success. A normal girl that had a genuine passion for singing was on the path of stardom and people barely knew about her. With the success of her YouTube videos, doorways began to open up for her to start recording music on her own. But what looked like a great opportunity for Sabrina was actually the complete opposite. The team she worked with in Miami were very controlling of her work, never allowing Sabrina to create music that was honest to her. And like most new artists, she was naive to how some parts of the music industry operated, and didn't speak up for how she wanted to be treated. Until one day she finally built up the courage to break away, and stand alone with the vision she had for her own music, creating the moment that would become the best decision made in her career.
Comfortably indulging and trying to get to know me. I'm just an outline of what I used to be, constantly evolving, steadily revolving.
Sabrina chose to leave her hometown of Miami and move to LA with her family. A fresh start for the 20-year-old up-and-coming singer that was well needed. California would become her safe haven, where she met a new group of people in the music industry that gave her full control over the music she wanted to create. Being able to release her song Confidently Lost on SoundCloud that would immediately explode on the platform, as well as Orion's Belt, which would be another song later featured on her first EP. On October 5th, 2017, her breakout mixtape About Time was released and peaked at number 13 on Billboard's top R&B albums chart, with singles Unravel Me and Belong to You also climbing Billboard's emerging artist chart respectively. The theme of this record came from all her outside influences that impacted her, and she explains that in an interview with Apple Music.
Well, I think it's important to mention that I don't typically write from personal experience. I'm surrounded by a lot of grown people in my life. I'm really close to my family. My friends are usually in their 30s or higher. And I am the type of person that when I have a friendship, I want to get to know you as personal as possible. So these songs come from a lot of the stories that I've been told because I haven't lived enough. I've never really been in love. I've only been in 2 relationships in my life. It's not something that I want to really talk about. I mean, I just like to think of myself as a storyteller. It's kind of like channeling that other person that maybe I'm not, but that I can be, and I'm, not afraid to be vulnerable in that moment when writing the song.
Sabrina was starting to live by her own rules without anyone dictating her artistic direction, finishing off her year with touring with Black on his Free Black tour in August of 2017. Her next album, No Rain, No Flowers, would follow a year after the tour, encompassing of 8 short tracks that traversed a wide range of themes. Unlike her previous album About Time that mainly focused on stories of people around her, this time we got a better insight into her own life experiencing love and breakups, while also using this record to place herself as one of the cornerstones of new age R&B. By the time her latest body of work, True Face, was released, we've seen Sabrina grow as a person and a singer over the last 2 albums. The focus on this new album tends to rely more on her strengths of producing beautiful melodies coupled with her soothing vocals that all her fans love. Although this record doesn't necessarily try new things, it's easily the most evolved version of her sound. Listen to I Don't Mean To or Take One to the Head and you'll figure out where I'm coming from. Sabrina Claudio has etched her name into the conversation as one of the best complementary R&B acts in our vibrant era of music. To look back and realize it all began with YouTube covers where she perfected her voice, to now performing in front of thousands of fans, she's an example of what someone with true talent looks like.
Forget that. Let's do this extra live, extra raw, iPhone camera, bad quality, bad sound, because you know what? Who cares, right? Alright. So let's do this. And maybe I am reading the lyrics. Maybe I don't know the song. Maybe I don't give a damn. Also, no, I'm not lip syncing. But thank you for the compliment.